How would my review of Zootopia, directed by Byron Howard, Rich Moore, and Jared Bush? An animated film that follows Judy Hopps, a young, idealistic, ambitious bunny who moves to the big city of Zootopia to become the very first bunny cop she's always dreamt of becoming. However, after moving and joining the force, she's unremarkably assigned traffic duty, a task she's far overqualified for. But once she gets word of a Zootopian otter that has mysteriously gone missing, she forces herself onto the case and teams up with a local fox of the Zootopian underbelly to solve it with the hopes of proving her worth. So Zootopia is another film from Walt Disney Animation Studios in the realm of something like Wreck-It Ralph, of course Frozen, and you have Big Hero 6, Tangled, which I never did see, and some others as well. So far Disney has made a pretty great comeback with the films that I have just mentioned, and I think it kind of goes without saying that Disney has taken that crown that was once held by Pixar, because Pixar, they're not as great as they once were. I mean, they did release Inside Out, which I did think was pretty spectacular, but they also released The Good Dinosaur, which I thought was just okay. Although I do have my gripes with Big Hero 6, most notably the whole superhero theme. I thought that was a little unnecessary and a little distracting. I think overall, it's a pretty great film, and the film, it made me cry. That damn blow-up doll, it just got to me. As for Zootopia, I was pretty excited to see this, mainly because I love the trailer with the sloths at the DMV, and I'm somebody who rarely laughs at trailers, but that one, it got me going. And Zootopia is funny. I chuckled, smiled throughout almost the entire film. The later parts of the film become a little bit more reserved as far as comedy goes, but a lot of the comedy I think works really well. The comedy is inoffensive, it's clever, a whole lot more clever than Deadpool. So yes, Zootopia is a lot of fun, but what really stands out about it is that this is not just a kid's film. This film is very much for the adults as well, similar to Inside Out. This film plunges deeply into the very relevant themes of racism, sexism, and other types of bigotry. This is the kind of film that is meant for anybody who has ever been misjudged, ridiculed, tormented, oppressed because of superficial reasons such as what you look like, who you are, sexual orientation, and what religion you choose to subscribe to. Zootopia is a film that is for the people who have ever been excessively bullied just for being different. This is for the people who have ever felt hopeless, alone. This film is for you, and this film spoke to me on a very personal level. And what's remarkable is that it's able to deliver all this without sounding preachy while it's delivering a very honest message. What's also really great about this movie is that it's held together by its two characters, Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde. Judy Hopps voiced by Jennifer Goodwin and Nick Wilde voiced by Jason Bateman. Judy Hopps is a character that I've already referenced in my synopsis. She is the bunny who's having a bit of a tough time making it as a police officer, not because she's incompetent, but because of her superiors keep on telling her that she's just no cop because she's a bunny. That's it. On the other hand, you have Nick Wilde, who is a fox, who has his own past and has his own thing going on, which I will not spoil because I'll save that for the film, but they work incredibly well together. As a whole, I found their interactions to be as funny as they are heartfelt. Now, apart from the film being funny and containing a sense of importance with what it's trying to say, I found the film to be actually pretty engrossing with its mystery. Now, I'm not going to get too deep into it because I don't know how much is being publicized, but I was kind of hooked throughout the entirety of the film. And I'll be honest, the film does take some predictable beats here and there, but it's not as predictable as something maybe like Frozen or Big Hero 6. As for any problems that I have with the film, and I do have a couple, one of which is that this film takes that turn that pretty much every single film of this sort takes in either the end of the second act or the beginning of the third act. I'm not going to say what that is, but I thought that could have been done a little better. You may know what I'm talking about when you get to it. To put it bluntly, I didn't think it was the most organic. As for my other complaint, this film features the cardinal sin for animated films, and that is Pop music. This film features a track by Shakira, and although I have nothing against Shakira personally, I do like a couple of her tracks for what it's worth. Disney is really bad at doing this, and I wish they would just kind of stop. I thought the song felt out of place, and it made me cringe a new one, if that makes any sense. Other than that, she also plays a character in the film, a gazelle, a pop star, which I thought was kind of odd because I always thought she sounded like a goat, and I thought that actually been cooler if they made her a goat because it would make sense, right? But no, they made her a gazelle. Whatever. As for any last statements that I want to make, one of the funniest scenes in the film for me was a scene revolving around animal nudity, and there's also a Breaking Bad reference, so hey, anything that has a Breaking Bad reference gets a thumbs up from me. Also, in comparison to Big Hero 6, which was Disney sort of capitalizing on the whole superhero trend as of lately, Disney also does kind of something similar with Zootopia. However, the difference is that Zootopia doesn't get bogged down by this element that's in the film, and I think the film uses it to excellent effect. The animation, like all the Disney animated films, is superb. Overall, Zootopia is an excellent film whether you're a kid, whether you're an adult, whether you have kids, whether you don't. It doesn't matter. This is a film that can be enjoyed by everybody. I'm going to give Zootopia an ultra strong 4 out of 5. If you're somebody who has seen Zootopia, then do let me know your thoughts on it. Or if you're somebody who has a favorite Disney film, let me know what that one is. As for me, I don't really know. I'm actually not a big Disney fan, but if I had to choose, I would probably say Beauty and the Beast and maybe Zootopia. Though I also do like The Lion King, but I actually like the score more than I do the movie by Hans Zimmer. But yeah, as always, I'm Connor Kirkland, and thank you so much for watching.